Hey guys, this is Nils from Hamburg Tech, and in this video I will show you how to control and how to power and even how to program W2812B LEDs by using the Arduino and the FastLED library. So have fun! If you want to power LEDs, you should know that one LED needs around 20 milliamps of power. The W2812B LED you can see here is a combination out of 3 LEDs and a little microcontroller. That means we have a red LED with 20 milliamps, a green LED with 20 milliamps and also a blue LED with 20 milliamps, and that's why it's called RGB LED. As a conclusion, one WS2812B LED needs 60 milliamps of power. If you want to calculate the power consumption of an LED strip, you always calculate with the maximum. That means if you have, for example, an LED strip with 144 LEDs, you multiply 144 with 60 milliamps and then you get a maximum power consumption of 8640 milliamps. But you only need this power if all LEDs are at full brightness and all turned white. Now I take my 8640 milliamps and divide it by 1000, and so I get 8.64 amps as a result. So our power supply should at least be able to provide 10 amps, and it must be a 5 volt power supply. As you can see, my 5 volt power supply is able to provide up to 12 amps. Now I just cut off a cable, removed the insulation and connected it to the power supply. Connect the blue wire to N, the brown wire to L and the green or green-yellow wire to Earth. On top of the LED strip there are little arrows, and these arrows will show you the direction of the LED strip. So there's one input side and one output side. On the input side of the LED strip you connect the Arduino, and on the output side you could connect more LED strips. Now I connect the white wire of the LED strip to the negative pole and the red wire to the positive pole of the power supply. Now I take a 470 ohm resistor and connect it to the green data wire of the LED strip. One white wire of the LED strip is connected to GND of the Arduino, and the green data wire with the resistor is connected to pin 7 of the Arduino. Here you can see the schematics of this setup. If your LEDs and your Arduino are powered both by the same power supply, then ground or GND is already shared, so you only need to connect the data wire of the LEDs to pin 7 of the Arduino. If you only want to drive a few LEDs, then you can connect your LED strip directly to the Arduino, and you just connect the positive pole to 5 volt pin of the Arduino and the negative pole to the GND pin of the Arduino and the data line to pin 7. But please only do this if your LEDs need less than 500 milliamps. Now connect the Arduino to one of the USB ports of your computer. and then connect the cable of the power supply to a socket. Please don't touch the power supply while it is connected to a power source. Now download and install the Arduino software. Now we go to GitHub and download the latest version of the FastLED library. Now we open the Arduino IDE software and import the FastLED library to our Arduino libraries. You will find the download link for this Arduino sketch in the video description. Here we include the FastLED library to our Arduino sketch so that the Arduino IDE knows to import the function of the FastLED library. Then we define our data pin for the LEDs, in this case pin 7. This will let the Arduino know to which pin we connected the LEDs. You will only need to set the clock pin if you would like to drive W2801 or APA102 LEDs. Those LEDs have 4 wires. With the 2 slashes in front of the code, the Arduino IDE will ignore this line of code, and this is called commenting. And if you remove the 2 slashes, then the Arduino IDE will use this line of code, and this is called uncommenting. Here we set the color order. For example, if you want to set your LEDs green and they somehow get red or blue, then there must be something wrong with your color order. With define LED type, you can easily change the type of LEDs you use, and you can just type in APA102 or some other LED types. Don't forget, if you use LED types with 4 cables, then you have to define a clock pin. Here you set the number of LEDs you are going to use. In my example, 144. You can also set a number that is smaller than your amount of LEDs, then only, for example, 50 LEDs of your 100 LEDs will light up, but this will also work. Here you can set the brightness of your LEDs, and 64 is not very bright. The maximum value that you can set here would be 256, and that would mean that the LEDs are at maximum brightness. Here the FastLED library some kind of creates our LED strip on the software side and use all the definitions that we made on top of the sketch. And you can use the 1 line of code if you use LED with 3 wires and no clock pin, or the other line of code if you use LEDs with a clock pin that have 4 wires. Here FastLED sets the brightness that we defined earlier. With the FastLED.show command, you tell FastLED to turn on your LEDs, but at the moment nothing will happen here because we don't set any LEDs or any colors. Okay, but now I will uncomment this code, and then we say on the first line LED 50 turn to yellow green, or LED 51 turn to hot pink, by using web color names. Now we just choose the right serial port and the right Arduino board, in my case the Arduino Leonardo, and then we are good to go. Now press the upload button, and if you have done everything right, then your LEDs should light up. Now I just copy this block of code and set some other LEDs, and then we will upload this code again and see what happens. Now I just look up some web color names that we can try out in our Arduino sketch. I will also change the brightness so that you can see the difference. Now I just comment out this block of code and then I will show you another way how to set the color of your LEDs. With the set RGB function you can set the color of the LED by using an RGB color code, and the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 255, and the first value is for red, the second for green and the third for blue. Now we will set an RGB color code for LED number 20 and LED number 30. If you use 255 for all three RGB values, then you will set the LED to white and to full brightness. Because we need way too much code if we set all LEDs one by one to a specific color, we will now add a loop that needs less much code to control a huge amount of LEDs. So what the loop basically does is to count up E, and E is set 0, and while E is smaller than num LEDs, which is in my case 144, E will be E plus 1. So first run it's 0 and then it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on until it's the same size like num LEDs. Because I put E there where we put the LED number before, it will set LED number 0 in the first run to this color, then second run LED number 2, then LED number 3 and so on. As you can see now with the loop we only needed 3 lines of code to set all the 144 LEDs to yellow. If we also put the FastLED.show command into the loop, nothing will change until we also add a delay. With the delay you can set a specific break time for the Arduino in milliseconds. Now the Arduino will always wait a little moment until it turns on the next LED. but I can also tell the loop to turn off LEDs, some kind of cleanup behind you, and this will look like this. And we are also able to add another kind of LED car for a never-ending race on our LED strip. Another important function of the FastLED library is the fill solid function, and you can use this function to turn your whole LED strip to one color or a specific number of LEDs without using a loop. Now I will show you the fill rainbow function of the FastLED library, which is one of my favorite functions because it can turn your LED strip into a nice shiny rainbow. It is also possible to combine the fill rainbow function with the loop to get a real nice effect. Now we will run all animations in a sequence, therefore we need a FastLED.show command, a delay and a FastLED.clear command, which will set all LEDs off between every block of code. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you learned a lot and enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video.